You grew up on this farm.
I did grow up here. And at the time I had no inclination to farm until I moved into a household that was a CSA drop-off site. So community supported agriculture grabbed me and really got me excited about local agriculture and growing nutritious food.
So for those of you who don't know what a CSA is, you said community supported agriculture, and isn't it where people essentially invest in the farm before the growing season begins to help fund the work of the farmer?
Absolutely. All of our expenses are on the front end. You know, we're buying seeds, we're buying all the supplies, you know, we're putting all our, fertility into the soil, and then there's no income until the crops actually start being ready to harvest. So it's a great model for allowing the farmers to have good cash flow and also that support of knowing all our crops are already sold before we, even go out there to harvest them. We don't have to spend a lot of time marketing them while we're so busy, just trying to keep the farm going during the growing season.
So why did you start creating these value-added fermented products?
My partner Tom, he's a very good cook. He's always been super motivated to do food preservation, and we love canning and pickling, and all that stuff is part of the homestead part of the farm. So it was just a natural fit, I think. The other part of it is our family's kind of really interested in probiotics and the health of a good digestive system and good gut flora and all that stuff. And so we always kind of had this understanding of, you are what you eat, you are what your plants eat, and you want that healthy, biologically active vegetables and soil to come through. It's this ancient way of food preservation, but it's coming back, definitely. It's exciting to see.
And it's delicious. I mean, it transforms these products into something completely different.
Sure, yeah, and it makes it more digestible, and then you have all the beneficial gut flora, and we love growing crops like the cabbage.
Cabbage is gorgeous.
It's got another month or so of growing, but then we'll be, making sauerkraut like crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you sell at the farmer's market.
And then some of the local independent stores as well.
In my experience kind of covering the food system, a lot of farmers are finding real success in creating these value-added products because not only can you earn more revenue selling cheese rather than milk or kimchi rather than just plain old cabbage, but you also are building brand awareness, and so now people know about Fair Share Farm.
The nice thing with the jar, it's got our name on it. You have a head of cabbage and it's in somebody's kitchen, and there's no where did that come from? There's a separation there, but to have our name out there is great. And then also for us to have this little cottage industry that can keep us going even in the winter when there's no vegetables growing, we still have this product that we can sell and earn income that way. So just kind of the evolution of the farm to go from just the raw product to having something that's value added.
The way that the farm is set up, kind of give me a sense of how large the farm is and what you have growing where.
The family farm is 280 acres.
Oh, wow.
Our little piece, our little 20 acres that we rent from my family, we have it set up so that we can rotate our crops around.
And so beyond the cabbage, what else do you grow?
We grow 40 different vegetables because we are feeding a CSA. So, all of our member families get a wide variety of produce from us. Potatoes and carrots and onions and garlic, sweet potatoes. We grow a lot of leafy greens, so there's a really nice patch of kale growing right now. We've got some lettuces.
So just a huge variety.
Yeah.
That's great. And so for the chickens, do you offer eggs to your folks?
Absolutely, yeah. They are great fertilizers for the farm, and then they make the most delicious eggs. They're a very important part of the farm. They're not big income generators, but they are so key to the fertility of the land and eating all the bugs, and also just entertainment value,
They really are cute. Okay, shall we ferment?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
So this is our fermenting kitchen.
I love how bright and airy it is. This is lovely. So how did you get into fermentation?
And so I used to be an environmental engineer. And environmental engineers used to be called sanitary engineers, and you treat like sewage, which that's a big fermentation process. You go down to a wastewater treatment plant and you're taking the waste from a city and fermenting it. And so then I like to cook. So when we kind of started thinking this through, it just made a lot of sense. Let me get some stuff out. We can do some tastings.
Awesome.
These have all become kind of the most stable products.
Core.
And they're traditional, so I kind of like that. I mean, sauerkraut is just straight cabbage and salt. It's very traditional. The two kimchis, that's a traditional Korean dish. The escabeche is also a traditional Mexican dish. And then you can kind of consider dill pickles as American.
Right. It's so interesting how simply salt and thyme will change the character of the plants and add flavor. I mean, really, this is so complex.
Bacteria in the soil is the bacteria that's on the cabbage, is the bacteria that's in the kimchi, is the bacteria, the beneficial life culture that's in your digestive system.
So it's all connected. And once you think about it that way, like a light bulb goes off,
right.
But we're so far removed as a general society from that symbiotic nature of everything that should be happening in our food system that you need to be reintroduced to that. And that's what you're doing for people, is you're making that connection. You're helping people really to understand.
The modern system just kind of ignores that. And we can see the consequences. The food's diminished and you ignore that you're a biological being and you're relying on chemicals, things happen. Mm-hmm. So for us now, having done this for a while, we just feel healthier. I don't think I've ever really been more healthy or fit than I am now. So.
And you get to share it with everybody.
Yeah, and it is delicious.
Yeah, well, exactly, it's delicious.